Hi guys, so in today's vlog I thought I would do a little bit of a meet my foster pig slash bonding them with their heads. So this was not planned. I've actually had these girls for about a week and yes, they passed their kind of 1 week quarantine. So far nothing is really massively wrong with them. So these 3 girls, in total I've got 5 foster pigs. So these guys are the 3 healthiest of the pigs I got. I've taken them to the vets for a health check and things. Everything's fine for them. So at the moment, I've currently obviously got my herd of 4, my herd of 12, and then I've then got my other 2 herds. So I've got 4 different cages at the moment set up for the pigs. But I then obviously with the 3 additional end up having 7, which doesn't really work for me very well. It genuinely just stresses me out a little bit. So the plan is these 3 are potentially, I'm leaning towards the 2 babies joining the group of 12 temporarily, I think, for a period. Just want to go see whether they get barbered or not. And then this little girlie here is going to join my big herd of strappy pigs. So basically this girl here is, none of these guys have got names yet because I don't want to get overly attached. But she was basically dumped at the vets because she decided to chew her baby's legs off. And these 2 girls were just dumped because they didn't meet show standards. So they are here as fast as these 3. So that is the plan for them. So yeah, I'm just going to pop them out with their respective groups and show you guys how I bond. The group at 12, I bond slightly differently because I know exactly how those guys bond. I know that I can put multi-entrance hides in and they don't genuinely care. Not going to be doing that for them. Excuse my grass, everything needs to get cut at the moment. But yeah, so I don't do that for my group of 4 because they're quite arsey to bond. That group is really, really easy. But then also tomorrow, Pandora and Peggy and Nora. So you got Nora, who is just next to my white pig, and then you've got Peggy, who's the ginger girl at the back, and Pandora is somewhere within there. They're all getting spayed because they've all got ovarian cysts, so it does actually kind of make space for them, and it also means I've got a free cage for everybody else. So yeah, let's begin with the bonds. So we have actually started bonding. A lot less dramatic than what I thought. Personally, I do not believe in split cage methods just because I find them to be a little bit tiring, to be completely honest. I often find they'll be great split cage and then they want to kill each other when they're not split cage. So yeah, Ollie and Daphne and Farmer hate each other. Daphne and Farmer are the 2 crested girlies there. They're not a fan. So yeah, Miss Foster Girl, though, she is due a bath and a haircut. I was just waiting for some clippers because personally, when they are as matted as hair, I personally do not like scissoring them. I'd rather, because with the clippers it's just easier, to be completely honest. But yeah, she's never had a brush through her from what I can see. This group, I did take all the hides out just because the babies were being a bit manic with them. But to be honest, Pandora's next to one of the babies now. Nobody seems to give a shit. Like, nobody seems to care about this bond, which is great. It is something that I do love when bonds are just very uncomplicated. This is a good thing in my head. Like, that girl there is just absolutely not bothered. But yeah, I do love when a bond is just simple. And this group is quite simple, to be completely honest. Bonding wise. Which I can go see weirdly, whenever I do intros with these guys, Ollie and Thelma hate each other and they always start arguing. Whereas Ollie and Ottie are best friends, and Thelma and Louise and Ollie just tend to ignore each other. But as you guys can see, it's just a very uncomplicated introduction. I just threw 2 babies in. And yeah, just not very bothered, which is quite nice. I'm actually leaning those popping some hides in just to make sure nobody has a fight. But then tonight, Pandora, Peggy and Nora are going to actually be split from this group just because of their surgeries and things tomorrow. But I've noticed actually since Pandora's only with these guys during the day in the run, Pandora's hair's growing back, which is great. It's really nice for her. But yeah, even these guys are doing really well. Everyone's doing really, really calm actually within this intro, which surprises me. But yeah, Nice to be surprised by guinea pigs for once. But yeah, my poor little feral Dora, she looks so frail and so tiny. All that is just very normal guinea pig intro behaviour, to be completely honest. Everything that they're doing is very normal. So yeah, hopefully nobody chews the hair off, which this group has got a habit of doing that. So those two babies may end up in there. I haven't overly decided yet. But yeah, that is just the head. Hi guys, so I've just got Isla ready to go to the vet. So Isla's going to the vet because she has been scratching like crazy. Arthur thinks he's going with me, but he's going to get a veggie. Arthur, sit. Sit. This dog is not one for using his brains. Veggie is the one thing Arthur, being a foodie, is not keen on. Yeah. This dog is not born with brains. So yeah, so we're just going to go take her now. Isla has no patience on, so harness is on. She's got to go. I've got to be there for 4 o'clock. And it is 3:30. So yeah, let's go take her to the vet. So I've just come out to check on the piggies. Everybody is actually doing great. These bonding sessions have gone very well. Everyone, this group has demolished their grass. So I've just brought them some lettuce, just because I'm waiting for their fleece to dry. Hi guys, we've just got out the vet. We have to basically cut through this park. I have to be really, really careful because there is loads of kids, dogs here, which is Isla's kind of weakness. So, and I also did bring her Flexi, so I've just dropped her lead. Sometimes she's really, really good, especially when she's on her own. So I'm just kind of hoping that I can obviously stand on that lead before she bolts. So yeah. So basically the plan with Isla is that basically her allergies have just flared off again. Isla, this way. So yes, her allergies have flared off, but they are a little bit more severe than normal. She does just generally suffer with grass allergies, but normally Piriton does just tend to do the trick, and it's only the first course of action that I always recommend is just the course Piriton, but it hasn't really done much for her this time, which normally it does great. So she has now got to go on Apoquel, which we're going to lean towards a 3-month course. Yeah, there we go. 3-month course, and then we are then going to do other stuff. Yes, we're doing 3-month course Apoquel, and then we're then leaning to a week's worth of steroids, just because her skin's a little bit inflamed from where she's been ripping herself a bit. So yes, but bar that, she's doing good. She is a little bit fat. She's now 9 kilograms, which, well, 8.9, preferably like her to be 7.5 to 5. Ideally, but Hey ho, we all lose it off her. But yeah, she loves this alone time. It's quite cute because obviously she doesn't get much, and obviously since we got Arthur. So yeah. But, you know, she's doing good. We got to go back there in 2 weeks, which this week has been such an expensive week for vet bills. We've had Basil's, we've then had hairs, we've then got other stuff going on for the animals. We've then got the spays now on Friday, the foster pigs. It's just a very expensive month. But yeah, we're just letting her potter now around the park. Let's go. I'm kind of crapping myself that a small child is going to run past me or another dog, which is the last thing I need because Isla is the one that cares about them, whereas Arthur doesn't. So yes. When I get in, I've got to finish spot clean the pigs. I've got to go do that, and then I've then got to go spot clean the pigs, and then I've then got to do other bits. She's so tired. Hi. She's so mentally done with the world. We did actually try another groomer, but I don't think I'm going to use them again because they've left over the skirt, which I don't really like on Cairns. It's more of a Westy thing. But yeah. Okay, so here is my next foster pig. This is Philip. So I think Philip is actually going to be staying with us. He, at the moment, is staying in here until Pandora and Peggy get spayed. So the reason why it's called Philip or Phil is because we have Pandora and Peggy. So currently he's living in a 2x3, which is the bare minimum for a single pig. He's in here basically for the next 2 weeks whilst those girls recover. So he is a really sweet boy. He really reminds me of Teddy, one of my past pigs. But I've noticed that all these pigs are absolutely terrified. But he basically was just left because he didn't breed with the girls. So that is Phil, or Philip. So yeah, I'm just going to add some hay and add some toys and hides and stuff for him. I just thought, because I've just popped him in here. But he does really love this setup actually. He likes flirting with the girls through the bars. It's really brought him out of his shell. So yeah, that is Phil. Hi guys, so I've just brought this group back in now. So foster girl is currently just under there with I believe she is with Thelma. Those two have actually really gotten along. Louise is a bit meh about her, but it'll be okay. So currently these guys, I've got this 4 foot by 4 foot run and that Fair Plast 100 behind them. So this is over the bare minimum for 5. It's a decent okay size. This is not their permanent setup. My plan is we're going to be doing a CNC cage that goes from here to there, and then on this side my group of 3 is going to have a 2x6. So that is the plan. Don't know when it's going to happen. So yes, this is just the plan for now, but so far everybody's doing great. Like nobody really seems to be that bothered by each other. There's not really been any dominance behavior. Nobody's really being that dominant or that bothered over life, which is great. It always makes things easier and happier for them when nobody gives a shit. So it's great the fact that nobody cares right now and that nobody's trying to be top dog. It will obviously change, like obviously, do you know what I mean? Like at the moment they're getting along great, which shocks me. But yeah, that is just all piggies in this group. And then up here is my last foster. I do actually need to go and get at the top of her cage because I've just cleaned her out. So this here is little Miss Ember, and she is the reason why I decided to take all these guys on. So she is probably one of the worst abuse case guinea pigs I've ever seen, to be completely honest. She has got a lot of issues going on with her right now. She is emaciated. She is extremely thin. So she only weighs 500 grams. And a lot of the hair loss is actually down to nutritional deficiencies. We have treated her for mites and lice just to be cautious, but I don't actually believe she has it. So yeah, don't actually believe she has that, but yeah, at the moment she is in a Fair Plast 80 by herself. Now this to me is a litter tray. This is not a permanent setup for a guinea pig, but for her at the moment, this is what is best for her whilst I decide where she goes. She is the one that is permanently staying. The other 5 I'm not sure. Ember is the one who I think has a permanent home. But yeah, she's also in this cage partially because we don't want her exercising too much and overexerting herself. She does actually come out for floor time, which is really nice. She doesn't really enjoy it, but it gives her something. Moving these guys actually in the same room as her seems to have actually picked her up a little bit more than before. Like she's only really comfortable with me, but this girl has been bred from a few times. She's about a year old. She does have ovarian cysts, but as a vet nurse, I'm not personally comfortable putting a 500-gram guinea pig through an anaesthetic. Yes, we do anaesthetics all the time now. Medicine has massively improved for these guys, but she needs to gain some weight. So at the moment she is getting, so for my adult pigs, they get, well, all my pigs only get a tablespoon of pellets a day because I don't actually believe they really need them. Ember is getting 2 tablespoons a day, one in the morning, one in the evening, and then she gets orange juice, which the Cheshire guinea pig recommended for us, and she gets just other high calorie foods. She gets ready grass and normal grass now mixed in. It's basically anything and everything to put weight on this girl because she's teeny tiny. But the great thing is she is choosing to eat herself. And if you guys look out the mouth movement, there is nothing overly concerning with that, which is always a really, really good sign. And the plan is eventually she will join one of my herds. It's just, I don't know which one yet. Obviously she will not be able to join Phil's herd because he isn't castrated. I don't know what this guinea pig is doing. I think she's noticed her. But yeah, she will not join Phil's herd, only just because he's not castrated, and the plan is I'm getting him castrated later on. But yeah, and then the other foster girl, she is getting used to a really good variety. So a big thing with Ember is, and even this girl and the 2 babies, is they wouldn't try a lot of new veg because they weren't exposed to it. Now my pigs get 5 different types of veg a day. We try and vary it up every day for them. Certain things will stay the same, but certain things do change. Now these girls will only eat lettuce and pepper, but like now she's been in with these guys and she's seen these guys eat veg. Yes, okay, they're not eating as much veg because they've been out in the grass all day, but she is eating more than what she was before, and that is because obviously she's seeing the other guys eat. But yeah, this little girl does kind of have my heart. She's really, really sweet. But you know, she's definitely a guinea pig that I really, really like, and I just think she's really cute. I think she has a little bit of Teddy in her though, like that is something that I really think she has a bit of Teddy in her. But she doesn't seem to have that fear that other pigs have, which is great. Like, I love that for her. She's like, pellets. Yeah, she's finally realised that there's other pigs who'll talk to her though. But as you guys can see, all that hair loss is just, she does not look very good. Yeah, that is just little Miss Ember. But looking at her though, you would not think this guinea pig is a year old. Like, she looks horrific for a year old.